And now, Joe Bob's Last Call and Howling 7, New Moon Rising on TNT.
The plot of that movie just continually spins in new and unexpected directions. And the woman presenting the Oscar at the end, that's Barry Humphries in drag, the guy who does Dame Edna Everage. Great movie. Unfortunately, our next movie is The Howling 7, which was apparently made by 3 drunk rednecks with a camcorder. Anyhow, I'm Joe Bob Briggs, and next week we have another franchise-type double feature, only this time they're actually showing them in the right order. It's the best Gremlins ripoff of 1984, Ghoulies, which will follow up with Ghoulies 2, and of course both flicks feature midgets in serious dramatic roles. Now, there's a lot of resemblance between the various Howling movies. For example, they all have the word howling in their title. In fact, that's the main thing that they have in common. So I'll still synopsize the missing Howlings for you, though, to put your mind at ease as we skip to part 7. Now, we just watched The Howling 3. The Howling 4 takes place in a town called Drago, and the werewolves look like German shepherds with a shag rug strapped to their back. And that's about all you need to know about that one. Howling 5 is basically Gilligan's Island in a Hungarian castle with a body count. Howling 6 is pretty decent. It's sort of the feminist Howling. And that brings us to the Howling 7. Now, remember when I said that a bunch of people wrote in to warn me of the awfulness of the Howling 3? Where were you guys on this one? Number 3 is like Casablanca compared to number 7. You know, Clive Turner, this guy named Clive Turner, wrote, produced, directed, edited, and he stars as a two-stepping hippie cowboy who gets a job in a small-town bar where a bunch of locals stand around and tell each other bad jokes while people get attacked by a werewolf off camera. And the locals of the town are played by the actual locals of this town where it was filmed, for better or worse. So I'll let you decide, but let's do to the drive-in totals, and then we'll get started. We have 23 dead bodies, 4 dead werewolves, throat ripping, tourist hacking, head rolls, melting husband, lethal chili con carne, gratuitous line dancing, gratuitous sing-along, billy club foo, more gratuitous line dancing. I give it about 1/2 star. So check it out, and please do not leave me alone with this movie, okay? See, I'm no longer allowed to advise the use of a cold foamer to get through a movie. That's not allowed anymore by TNT standards and practices. Those wonderful people there, I think they're related to the house managers. That's all I'm going to say, all right?
God. He's dead, Inspector.
Very good, Watson.
Who's Watson?
And when I get there, I'm just howling at down my heart this way. I know you make up something nice to say. Don't tell me lies, I believe all true. 'Cause if you do, it will come back on you. How come you get to me? How come you get to me? I thought I saw you in the film. My heart was yearning and it was so right. Things don't ever turn out how they say. I hope this whole thing might be more than a dream. How come you get?
You are aware of my work, are you not?
Yes, you're a priest who investigates satanic possessions, the occult, and just about anything the church deems unsanitary. The body was found about 4 weeks after the circus left town.
Inspector, why are you telling me this?
The man was a transient. The last time he was seen was when he was snatching a bag from this woman.
This is an old photo. Are you sure you have the right woman?
Yeah? She disappeared right after her bag was stolen. We identified her through home videos shot at the circus.
Mary Lou Summers.
You want to tell me about her? Like why you filed a missing persons report on her?
First, I need to know more about this murder. Specifically, how was he killed?
Well, the consensus of opinion is he was killed by a wolf. The only thing is that this wolf would have had to have been twice the size of the Hound of the Baskervilles.
What?
Hound of the Baskervilles. It was a Sherlock...
What else, Inspector? What else?
Well, according to the experts, the wolf attacked while standing on his hind legs. That would have made it well over 6 feet tall.
Do you know what sort of wolf killed this man?
A very big one?
G'day, can I get a beer, mate?
It's a country jukebox.
Oh, without George Jones.
Huh?
So it's not a country jukebox without George Jones.
Hey, it's got everyone else. What's such a big deal about George Jones?
From the Beatles to the Rolling Stones.
If they could all sing like they wanted to.
They'd all sing like George Jones.
Jim, do you know who wrote that song?
George Jones?
Actually, Waylon Jennings.
You know that?
Jim, the only thing you know about country music is the first 4 letters.
Brock.
Sorry, Cheryl, I didn't know you could spell.
Yeah, and I can also count up to 86.
Hi, Bob Mao. Nice to meet you.
G'day, I'm Ted. Ted Smith.
This is Jim.
Huh?
I said this is Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Oh, I'm actually Ted.
All right from Australia?
Yeah, but I flew most of the way.
Your arm's tired?
I only want to flap him.
Hey, that could give you armoritis.
It's all right. I just had a bout of hepatitis.
Yeah, a little bit further down your leg and probably get pneumonia.
So what brings you to Pioneer Town?
Well, a fellow down in Yucca Valley told me there was a job going here, so I came up.
Well, Harriet's the one you're going to have to talk to.
Harriet?
Evan, do you know where Harriet's at?
I think she's out back.
Well, they were like a lead balloon there. What do you think it was? The charm or my good looks?
Hey, dude, it takes a lot to impress that girl. I mean a lot.
The being that killed that man is none other than our adversary, the devil, in a lycanthropic manifestation.
You want a subtitle that for me, Father?
The killer is a werewolf.
I knew it was going to be a bad day when I got up this morning. You mean to tell me that the victim was killed by a
werewolf, Inspector?
He never calls me. I wait by the phone, he always leaves me So I'm here all alone. He never needs me.
Hey, what do you think?
Our love got lost.
Give me a drink, Jim. I need one bad.
Hi, Pappy.
How's the benefit doing?
Good. Getting closer. How are you feeling?
I'll tell you better after I have my drink. Them kids underage?
No, Pappy. You know better than that. We check everyone's ID.
Didn't check mine.
Shut up, Brock.
He drew me in when he left me. It made me blue again.
What's this?
Soda water, Pappy.
Damn it, Jim, I wanted a drink.
Sorry, Pappy. Various orders.
Since when has she been giving orders around here?
Since 1974.
Pappy, I'd like you to meet Ted. He came here looking for work.
G'day there. You're the boss here, I hear.
I run the place. What are you smiling at?
Oh, nothing, Pappy.
Well, hi, Ted. Bob said you were looking for work.
Yeah, that's right, Harriet.
Well, good. You know, we don't pay much, but you can have some food and a place to sleep.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's the best offer I've had to date.
Good.
Now love's a memory, cold as stone. But I need my heart so I won't be alone. Crazy heart, come back to me. Oh, crazy heart.
First day, everything according to plan. Land the job. Now I got to find out about the town before they find out about me.
Ted's a cowboy?
Hey, Ted.
Yeah.
You used to ride in rodeos in Australia, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I was nearly Australian champion.
Australian champion? What stopped you, Ted?
Kept pulled off the horse.
Hey, Jack. Looks like you've been getting your shirts out of Jacqueline's side of the closet again. Good night, Jacqueline.
You know, there just aren't that many things that are scary anymore, are there? Fortunately, one of them is our Monstervision website, which is where we put the viewer mail we're too chicken to actually put on TV. Did you people have mothers that write this stuff? Good grief. You can also check out the weekly Playmate, provided your taste in centerfolds runs to scaly mutants and saber-toothed vixens. Just head on over to tnt.turner.com/Monstervision, and when you get there, do me a favor, okay? Keep it in the ballpark area of borderline psychotic. Don't go into that other zone, all right? We got kids logging on. Some of them are already mutating.
Visit the Monstervision website at tnt.turner.com/Monstervision. Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Howling 7, New Moon Rising on TNT.
Whoa, huh? Look at the hematomas on that gal Jacqueline. She never speaks, but she lets those Winnebagos do her talking for her, doesn't she? Okay, I bet you didn't realize this was going to be a musical, did ya? Is that the most depressing line dancing you have ever seen? What are they doing in the dark there? It looks like line dancing from hell. And then we got that weird choreographed scene with the guys in the sombreros sweeping up with the synchronized drinking. And of course, Pappy and Harriet's musical number. I'm guessing that I don't really need to remind you that these people are non-actors. That is the late Pappy Allen as Pappy and Harriet Allen as Harriet. And so far, I've found one guy with an actual film credit who's in this movie, John Huff, who plays the priest. John Huff starred in a silent movie when he was a kid in 1925, a Western called Xander the Great. So he's the Laurence Olivier of the cast. And so when he was, I guess when he was 10 years old, he starred in that movie. And then when he was 80 years old, he starred in this movie. But all of these people are residents of the real Pioneer Town, California. Ask me what Pioneer Town is. I have no idea. Okay, back to the flick. How much do you think this movie cost? Any guesses? About $150, right? Of course, it was made back in 1996, when $150 bought a lot more than it does today. Today, it costs $152. So, and yes, we're going to watch the whole thing.
I hate to sound skeptical. I believed in Santa Claus till I was 8 years old.
I'm not a flippant man, nor a religious zealot. But everything I'm about to tell you is based on fact, not supposition.
Okay, facts I can deal with.
These facts go back 500 years.
Excuse me, 500 years?
Yes.
This is going to be a long story?
Especially if you keep interrupting.
Point taken.
Late in the 15th century, Inspector, the Vatican sent an Inquisition team to Hungary, near Budapest, because there had been reports of a werewolf sighting. The night before the team arrived at the castle, Count Schusko poisoned everyone, then killed himself and his wife. Of course, their deaths were seen as an admission of guilt, and without exorcism, it meant that the evil still prevailed within the castle. The Inquisition believed that Satan had taken the castle under his protection. They ordered the castle to be razed. 3 times they set fire to it. But each time, the fire went out. After that, no one would even walk in the shadow of the castle's walls, let alone set foot inside it.
The bar actually made a little profit, considering that a certain someone never writes down anything that he spends or drinks.
Then get rid of them, Harriet. I don't want anybody around that can't do their job. What are you smiling at?
Oh, nothing. You know, Pappy, I was thinking, how about an early night?
I was thinking of helping Jim. He may be busy, you know.
If he gets busy, I'll help out.
Good night, girls.
Good night. Leslie, you look terrific. Are you losing all that weight? I think so. I think this new potato diet's working.
I got the best diet, Leslie.
Hey, come here. You do. What kind of diet's that?
It's the vodka diet.
The vodka diet? Get out of here.
Yeah, I drink vodka all the time.
Does it work?
Hell yeah. Lost 3 days already. Now,
This isn't a line dance.
real men don't line dance.
He's a dancer, man.
I thought he said he was a cowboy.
She gave me the old twist and shout, best one of my time. I gave her the old rock and roll, and I'm still on her mind. I couldn't change or rearrange the things they know are you. 'Cause nobody tells Amy what to do. I got caught in the middle and I loved her just a little bit too long.
He planned that well, didn't he? Bonnie, you make him sound like such a schemer. Hey, if the shoe fits, wear it.
'Cause nobody tells Amy what to do.
I told you could dance.
We know, Jim.
Hey, I know when I'm not wanted.
You don't.
So, I pass?
It wasn't a test.
Wasn't it?
Tell me what you're really doing in Pioneer Town.
The whole place was boarded up and forgotten until 1987, when the communist government, in its infinite wisdom, decided the place would make an excellent tourist attraction. The first group included the woman in your photograph. When they walked up the stairs that day, like the occupants of the castle 500 years ago, they too were destined never to get out alive. The official story was that they had gotten lost during a freak blizzard in the labyrinth of tunnels beneath the castle. A subsequent fire destroyed the castle, caused the tunnels to collapse, and made the bodies impossible to recover. That was the official story.
Excuse me for interrupting. Do you have another name? I feel a bit self-conscious, and I don't mean any disrespect.
You can call me John.
John, that's good, John. It's getting late. It's 12:45, and I'd really like to take a rain check on the rest of the story. Not that it's not interesting. I just think it's a tad more than I'd expected. And I'd like some time just to kind of think it through.
Inspector, much work needs to be done.
I understand it. It has my utmost priority, but I really must go.
Where, sir?
To the nearest bar.
I just got tired of the whole LA scene, decided to get out.
Ted, it's not important. I'm sorry I asked.
Pat? Oh, you coming back to the motel?
Yes, he is.
Bob.
Bob, it's so nice of you to walk me back to the motel. I mean, I really appreciate it.
Look, after her husband died, she hasn't really been interested in anybody.
This is me.
You'd have a better chance with Madonna.
I've been there, done that.
Really? Madonna? What's she like? Hey, Madonna.
About the same as your sister.
That good?
You are sick, you hear me? Sick, sick, sick!
Town's perfect, vulnerable, people easily manipulated. Why do I care if I hurt them? It's never bothered me before.
Okay, now this is really a story song. I was on the road with my band just singing away. Had a little trouble and I had to come home a week early. And I thought, I'm not going to call Pappy, I'm just going to go home and surprise him. Well, I was the one that was surprised, because when I was walking up my door, there was Pappy giving singing lessons to this little blonde. And I opened the door and I said, woo, I'm sure very sincere to the things that I've been through. So take him if you want him and keep him if you can. But let me tell you, sister, that's one hell of a man. And you love me like you never been loved before. But watch him love another before you're out the door. Take him if you want him and keep him if you can. But let me tell you, sister, that's one hell of a man. Now listen, girls, I wrote that song a long time ago. You know, men with women he's at home to stay. There's been a dozen just about like you, and there'll be a dozen more before he's through. And you love me like you never been loved before. But watch your 5, 6, 7, 8. Circuit rider at the midnight rodeo. Deep in the heart of Texas tonight.
Yeah. We're closing. You better wake up Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you want?
Sorry, we're closing. You have to leave now.
Who's gonna make me?
Him.
How are you doing in there?
How about if I told your friends in there what you really are?
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Does he know you?
He's so plastered he wouldn't know his own mother, even if he went to the zoo.
Hey, what's going on out there?
I thought I heard something out here. Something's spooking the deer.
Oh, God, come on back in here. Some damn fool coyote.
It was an awful scream. I'm surprised you didn't hear it. It woke me up.
hear more than a scream if he ever comes back here.
Well, after the scream, I looked through my window, and I saw someone wandering around. It looked like Ted.
Ted? What has he got to do with it?
Well, they had a fight at the bar last night.
Well, do me a favor and go look for Ted and ask him if he knows anything about this.
Okay.
Gone all right. You must have hitched a ride on one of those big rigs.
You know, I tell Jim not to serve those drunks, but he does anyhow.
You want me to get Yara to come and fix his door?
Yeah, as soon as he's done fixing the wiring at the barn. He better be working over there.
Oh, yeah, he's over at the bar.
Thanks for looking in.
Okay.
You're an hour late, Yarl.
Jim, you seen Ted?
I think he's over there. Ted, Cheryl was looking for you.
That's the story of my life, Jim.
She's over there.
Hey, Jim, you missed a bit here.
Cheryl, you looking for something?
Well, yes, actually. I was looking for you. You know that drunk, the one you had the fight with last night?
Yeah.
He disappeared this morning.
Disappeared? What's that got to do with me?
Well, Harriet asked me to see if you knew anything about it.
No. Why would I know anything about it?
Well, didn't you hear him screaming? You were outside, weren't you? About 3 o'clock this morning?
No. No, I was asleep. I was dead to the world. Sorry, Cheryl. No.
The tour guide told the real story to a priest as he was dying. A freak blizzard had blown up that night, stranding. None of them seemed overly concerned. They were not to know that the spirit of the werewolf had already assumed the identity of one of the group. Even as they were enjoying their drinks, the beast among them was planning their demise. When they went to explore the castle, the killing started. The werewolf was picking them off one by one. They could not bring themselves to accept the truth. They thought one of the group must have gone insane. Ted, the only Australian, became the fall guy, and he was never seen again. No one was sure who to trust. They took sides out of sheer desperation. Finally, there were only 3 of them left. Each of the men thought the other was the werewolf. And it was Mary Lou who made the final choice. The wrong one.
It's quite a bit to absorb, John. Mind if we just kind of take a break and get a little fresh air?
When you enter the Monstervision caption contest, don't just string a bunch of cuss words together and tell us that's funny. Only Jack Nicholson can do that. If you really want that Monstervision t-shirt, then impress me with your sincerity. Try something witty, or at least amusing. Don't make us snicker. Make us roar with unabashed delight. Go to tnt.turner.com/Monstervision and make the 6-headed jury laugh and turn over a new leaf in your life, okay?
Play the Monster Caption Contest and win a free t-shirt at tnt.turner.com/MonsterVision. Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Howling 7, New Moon Rising on TNT.
Okay. Maybe it'll get better. Right? We're only 36 minutes into the film, you know. But you know those two guys, the priest and the police inspector? Every time they come on the screen, I have to go, now, who are these guys again? Because the priest doesn't really look or talk like a priest, and the cop sure doesn't look like a cop. And then for some reason, whenever they start the flashback story about what happened to the werewolves in the Hungarian castle, the inspector guy goes, you know what? I'm tired. Could I take a rain check on the rest of that story? Or he'll say, before you finish that, could we take a break and get a little fresh air? This might be the only screenplay in the history of the movies that actually shows people taking a break and getting a little fresh air. You know, hey, Cheryl. Hey, Jim, have you seen Ted? He's over there. Thanks, Jim. Hey, Jim. Hey, Ted, Cheryl's looking for you. She's over there. Thanks, Jim. Screenplay by Clive Turner, copyright 1995. Clive Turner, he's Ted, the Australian hippie guy, right? As I mentioned, he's the auteur of this baby, although there was apparently a co-director named Roger Nall who Clive stole the full credit from. I'm sure Roger is really PO'd that his name got taken off this movie. And for those of you tracing your Howling history, we had some flashbacks to Part 5 in there, all that Budapest stuff. Well, so pretty much any time you see something that looks like it costs more than $1 to film, that's a flashback to an earlier movie. I am kind of confused, though, because in Part 5, Clive Turner played a guy named Ray, not Ted. So I don't know if some other guy played Ted or they changed his name for some reason or what, but who cares? Let's do some more line dancing, okay? Yeah. Roll it. This is kind of like one of our favorites around here, The Legend of Boggy Creek. You know that movie? That also stars real people from Fouke, Arkansas. But Legend of Boggy Creek, that doesn't stop for satanic line dancing every 5 minutes. It's a nice touch they have here, don't you think?
Don't understand why he sent that drunk Davis here. He could have blown my cover. Seemed crazy to me. Luckily, he's gone. I don't know. Okay, bye.
Exercise is good. Helps me think. The oxygen refreshes my brain.
I wouldn't have taken you for someone interested in physical fitness, Inspector.
Oh, I watch a lot of football. I once had a friend that died of jogging. You know, I just went out and the first time he just fell over and died.
Well, that's terrible. How old was he?
94.
You're making fun of me, Inspector.
No.
Ted said he was asleep, but I'm positive it was him outside that man's room.
Why would he lie? Unless he had something to hide.
That's what worries me, especially since I'm sure it was that man, Brett Davis's briefcase, under Ted's bed.
Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
Can you give me some help at the bar for a minute?
Sure.
Away from the door. That's the only thing a man like me's good for.
Yarrow, did you hear any noises last night? There's something spooking the deer.
No, I didn't.
Well, I heard something.
Come on, we're late. You gonna walk or ride? Hey, Jack, how come you're wearing a jacket and shirt?
That's how we heard the story. The Count told a priest as he was dying, remember?
That confession.
The Count was wrong. David was found dead. Mary Lou was never seen again.
Until now?
Yes, Inspector.
I thought you may like some tea.
Thank you, Sybil.
Oh, you're a policeman. I've got a son that's in Barstow, and he's got a wife, and her friend's a policeman. I've got another daughter. She lives there, too. But I've got another 3 daughters, but they're not all there.
Thank you, Sybil. You can go now.
It's been a real pleasure meeting you, and I hope when you go to Barstow, you'll look my son up.
We're in Barstow.
Never do know where I am.
Sybil. Time is running out for us, Inspector.
Us?
You can't do this by yourself. I'm going to provide you with some pastoral support.
Listen, I appreciate your offer, but...
Inspector, there's more.
More? I knew it. I'm going to warn you, though. I'm becoming shockproof.
Good. Because very soon it will be 3 years to the day since that Hungarian castle burned to the ground. 3 years is the time it takes a werewolf to grow to full strength, to reach maturity, if you please. Inspector, I've already checked the calendar. This date will coincide with our upcoming full moon.
I take it back. A full moon? I know this is going to get worse.
But the conjunction of these forces will be devastating. Once a werewolf has developed fully, then beholds its first full moon, it becomes engorged with an awesome new power.
I don't want to hear about it. What?
Now, Inspector, your werewolf will be able to change others into its own kind.
And how do you know all this?
I've always known the theories of werewolves.
Do you realize that if I told my superiors this story, they'd probably have me committed?
Then the less said, the better.
Cheryl. I got the key. Ted's room? Let's go.
Did you find it?
I found it. It's full of tapes.
Who's George Jones? Does the briefcase have gold corners?
No.
Check the cabinets.
Ted!
Cheryl! You know, we've got to stop meeting like this. You, here for any reason?
No, I was just standing here waiting.
Waiting for who? Godot? I don't think he's going to come, Cheryl.
I'm telling you, my dear, we're really spooked. Because something was in the park.
Hey, Bob. You weren't trying to find a good-looking one, were you?
Not me. I've been in the desert too long.
Put a bag over their head and you wouldn't know the difference anyway.
Well, that's a relief. I'm telling you, for a moment, I just thought, you know...
I'm serious, Ted. Whatever was spooking the deer was not normal.
Not normal?
No.
Oh, well, that really narrows the field, right?
Reading you loud and clear, dude. Brock.
Brock.
Brock, he's not an animal.
Well, he's not human. No, dude. No,
No way.
No way.
Really? Brock, it was him?
Huh?
Brock,
What?
what were you doing with my deer?
Wandering around at night. You should be ashamed of yourself. Hope you weren't wearing my gold lame dress.
Hell no. I lent it to Jim. Hey, Ted, you into anyone else besides George Jones?
As a matter of fact, Brock, I'm into necrophilia, sadism, and bestiality.
Ted.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I think I'm flogging a dead horse.
We do. Yeah, you found our time.
Ted, I didn't want whiskey, I wanted water.
Water?
W-A-T-T-E-R. Water. Oh. Hi, Harriet.
Well, anyway, get back here.
Hey, you red-headed faggot. Why don't you get a haircut, boy?
Wait for the wool prices to go up.
All right, Leslie's. All right, if you're going to write into us here at Monstervision and share your gripes, your opinions, whatever, and you're a woman under 140 pounds, single, and you don't have any strong opinions about any of the most common vices that men have, then I want you to use my home address because it's quicker. So just send those letters. What? I cleared this. I can do this. I'm telling you, we had a 3-hour meeting about this. It's not an attempt to get Nookie on TV. Well, you don't have to use that word. Look. All right, look, I might have to get back to you later. But meanwhile, just keep writing to us at 1010 Techwood Drive, Atlanta, Georgia, 30318, and emailing us at monstervision@turner.com. I like Superfly. What are you saying about Superfly? Why do you use that word? What's the implication there?
Visit the Monstervision website at tnt.turner.com/Monstervision. Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Howling 7, New Moon Rising on TNT.
This movie just gets better and better, doesn't it? So, what do we know now? It takes 3 years, roughly the amount of time between sequels, for the Werewolf to, quote, develop fully. And if there's a full moon, it will become engorged with an awesome new power. That's what I used to say to my ex-wife. No, really, honey, at midnight I become engorged with an awesome new power. But my favorite actor is Brock, the fat guy. He seems to specialize in sitting around at the bar. That's all Brock does. Brock does the entire movie with one expression, with a beer in his hand. Then, of course, I mentioned before that chesty blonde gal, Jacqueline, who does speak after all. Whatever it was not normal. That was her line. And by the way, that's Sybil Ramsden as Sybil, the priest's wacky secretary. Sybil was also in, let's see, gee, well, I guess this is the only thing she was in, isn't it, huh? I think she's married to John Ramsden, who plays the inspector. And he must have some other credits, right? Nothing for him either. Isn't that strange? Well, it's almost time for another musical number. And the next one features Pappy doing his most famous song, Stand Up. This, you're not gonna believe, so roll it. It's a musical, it's a comedy, it's a werewolf movie. Oh, I knew there was something missing, wasn't there? They forgot the werewolf part, didn't they? They're not gonna line dance again, are they?
Elvis Costello sang country?
Yeah, Almost Blue was the album. And he sang a song with George Jones.
Who's George Jones?
Who's George Jones?
You want me to lead off?
Hey, you, smartass. Now I'm talking to you, smartass.
Be with you in a minute, mate.
Say, you reckon I'm smart, Dave? No, I don't think you're smart. I think you're just a smartass.
Well, I'll bet you double whatever you got. But I can drink that beer without touching my hat.
Well, yeah, I know it's a trick.
Well, put your money up.
This money, he ain't gonna make no fool out of me. This boy ain't stupid.
Well, you certainly got us fooled.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm going to drink it through the table.
What are you doing? Keep an eye on it. Hey, he wants you to do that. Watch the hat. Watch the hat. You didn't drink that beer.
What the heck, I didn't. I drank it through the table.
Hey, I saw him do that. I told you he didn't drink that beer. Then what's he doing?
Without touching my hat.
Hey, that's our money.
You don't start the trouble, huh?
I ain't looking for no trouble. I ain't going nowhere till I get my damn money.
You lost your money, fair and square. You better be going.
No, this ain't right. I'm gonna get you.
Congratulations. Can I buy you a drink?
Well, you can twist my arm. Consider it twisted.
Time comes, I'll be ready.
No, man, he made a fool of us. Let it go. No, I'm gonna get that guy.
Just let it go, man.
No, you let it go, man.
Who wants to hear Pappy sing? All right. Pappy, come on down. Sing for all the folks. Ladies and gentlemen, Pappy Allen. Everybody sit down now. Ever had a hot date? One of those I can't wait. Things get a little out of hand. In the middle of a good night, have you ever got in the backseat of your van? Say, stand up. Have you ever been there? Come on now, stand up. Tell us all about it. Stand up. Have you ever been there? Stand up. Testify. Ever met a woman, midnight romance, potty till your money's all gone? A shiny Mona Lisa, oh, she wrote it on a visa, took a bartender home. Say, stand up. Have you ever been, come on, honey, stand up. Identify, stand up. Have you ever been there? Stand up. Testify. Then one more time, stand up. Tell us all about it. Stand up. Testify. Friday nights in Pioneer Town.
That policeman's outside. And it's very late.
I asked him to come, Sybil.
Shall I show him in? I thought you were outside.
You told me to come in.
Did I?
Sybil, can you get us some tea?
Certainly.
I have a theory.
Already?
The only area which is completely isolated is up here in the Morongo Basin above Yucca Valley. I think this is where she's hiding.
I've had pictures of her distributed through that area. Not a nibble.
But what if she's in disguise?
It's just that a disguise is really hard to maintain.
Not necessarily, Inspector. Not if she has taken over the body of another person.
Ted, I'm sorry. You'll have to go.
What's wrong?
It's been a long time, and I want to be sure. Okay? Please, just go. Ted, this really means a lot to me.
Okay, smart ass. You're gonna see how smart I really am.
Can't you see I'm cooking, Dolores?
Please, Captain, where is she?
She's over at Cheryl.
Happy, there's dirt in the chili.
I need a drink.
Just call to say I love all the things you do.
How could anyone drink this stuff?
Show my love to you. I just
Don't just stand there with your mouth open. Get the man a drink.
Thanks, Pappy.
since you left me.
What did I tell you?
Yarrow, you were right. It is a mountain lion.
What's that in his pocket?
What'd he say?
Real nice guy. He was out on parole for murder.
Harriet, bury him. You don't need this. No one's gonna know anything.
I don't know. We should call the police.
They don't need to know anything. Maybe we should ask Pappy.
Don't ask Pappy anything. He's already had one heart attack. He doesn't need another one.
You can take care of the lion. Drive it off.
Yeah, I was right, Harriet. It won't make any difference to him.
Well, this could be the dumbest or the smartest thing I've ever done, but Yarrow will just bury him.
Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Howling 7, New Moon Rising on TNT.
So let's see now. Those wacky party animals from Pioneer Town go out in the desert and find a dead body, but they decide not to tell anyone, just bury him, because they find a newspaper clipping in his pocket revealing that he's a murderer. Is that what happened? See, I missed it because I was still reeling from the chili scene. Pappy's chili goes bad. Pappy goes for a drink. Was that about the fourth time Pappy just, went for a drink? You know? That's about enough for you, Pappy. Isn't that what they say every time he has a drink? And how about that rousing Pappy Allen country song, Stand Up? You think that's available on CD? Can I buy that? Now I see what was going on in the minds of the TNT programming department, putting these two flicks together. It's that Australian connection, right? They thought, well, we could show Howling 6, which has a couple of decent monsters as well as actual actors in it. Or we could show Howling 7, which has some Aussies living out in the California desert who decided to each contribute a nickel to make a werewolf movie without any werewolves in it. Yeah, let's show that one. By the way, I should point out that that's Giannis as Giannis, Dolores as Dolores, and you get the idea, right? Okay, back to the flick. All these little character bits really add to that story, though, don't they? Pappy's chili, isn't that cute? The woman playing the spoons. The George Jones discussions. Those are great. I love those moments. All the bar jokes. I can't even wait till you see... Oh, when you see what's coming up. This might be the only werewolf movie in history to feature a fat woman playing the spoons.
So I'm walking across the flat, right? I'm just minding my own business, nothing to do.
Hey, brother. Pappy, you know you got dirt in your chili? I know.
Did you hear Ted got attacked last night by that guy, the one he took the money from?
What happened? The guy grabs me round the neck, gets out his knife, and he sticks it against my jugular vein.
I hear you carve your way through a wall of heaving flesh.
Absolutely true. In a helicopter, Vietnam, 300 feet, I jumped straight out.
Is that the time your rifle rusted up?
Yep, when I was going through the rain shadow, that's it.
That's the time you used your bayonet, wasn't it?
That's how I carved my way through a wall of human flesh. Anyhow, getting back to the story, right? So this moron's got me round the throat, right? And I throw him to the ground. Bang, he goes down. Next minute, hands on your zips, fellas. All of a sudden, the stars at night are big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Something out like a light. I don't know what it was.
I hate to say it, but he's back.
Who's back?
That coyote that jumps out of trees at night.
Pappy, do you know there's dirt in the chili?
I know it. I know it.
And another thing is Earl said there's mountain lion tracks all around the motel.
I think I'm going to faint. Yarrow! Yarrow!
Dolores, you literally dragged Harriet out of my house this morning. And now you can't say anything?
You're going to have to ask Harriet about that.
Dolores, there's something going on. You have a right to know.
Harriet, what's going on?
Was someone attacked?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, girls, but I'll tell you, this will have to stay within these four walls. No one else is to know about this, all right?
Cheryl, mountain lions don't attack someone unless they're dead or injured already.
What are you saying?
Ted had a fight with this guy. What if he left him there, injured or dead, and then the mountain lion got him?
Well, that's terrible, Mom.
So's being an accessory to murder.
Murder?
One guy comes up missing, one guy turns up dead, and both times, who's involved? Ted.
No way, Mom. No way.
You know, Cheryl, I think Ted knew that we were searching his room.
Yarrow, there ain't no damn mountain lion out here. We haven't seen a single track.
There has to be.
Look, we're wasting valuable drinking time.
Yeah. If there was anything out here, it's gone now.
Keep the wolves away from the door. Now that's the only thing a man like me is good for.
Nothing? No tracks anywhere?
Nope.
You didn't see anything?
Nope, I didn't.
You went around the whole town?
All around. I look everywhere.
Harriet, he didn't see anything. How many more times you want him to tell you?
I just want to be sure.
There's something you're not telling me, Harriet. Something's wrong. You're awful upset about something.
It's okay, honey. You know, one of us should be over at the bar, and I've got some more work I have to do.
I'll go to the bar, honey. You don't need to rush.
Hello, Inspector.
No, Father, it's Marie Adams. Do you remember me?
Can you come to my house?
Oh, Bonnie, let it go. I don't know where you get these ideas. Ted's okay. Hey, you've made your bed. You lie in it. Listen, for your information, Ted hasn't been in my bed, okay? Yeah.
So has all the crime. No temptation, no desire. No attempt to light that fire. Could make me fall for you the way that I used to. No temptation, no desire. No attempt to light that fire. Could make me fall for you the way that I used to.
Ted, are you coming back to the motel?
No, he isn't.
scared. That's why I called you. Father, do you believe in werewolves?
What do werewolves have to do with you?
They tried to kill me.
Hello? Is this the Chief Ranger? Could you tell me if there's been any mountain lion activity reported in the Joshua Tree area? Well, a friend told me. I'm sorry, no. Could you just please answer my question?
Bonnie, this isn't blood on the shirt, it's red paint.
Paint would cover a man's blood on a shirt.
What's got into you, Bonnie?
Ted, Harriet, there's something more going on in this town than just that body you buried.
Oh, my God, look. It was in his pocket.
Brett Davis's ID card. What was it doing in Ted's shirt?
He told Evan he didn't know him.
Excuse me, Harriet. Can I see you for a moment?
Thanks, Yarrow.
They found a man buried at the monument. Says he was attacked by some wild animal. Unconfirmed reports say there's been sightings of an animal that looked almost half human.
That's why the ranger wouldn't tell you anything.
You see that woman in the newspaper who they want to question about the killing? I found this in Brett Davis's room after he disappeared.
I think you'd better call the cops.
You know I'm a writer, and I had this nervous breakdown. Well, the doctor said that I needed to get away. So Richard, my husband, found this really nice secluded place in the mountains. And the people there were really friendly. Probably too friendly. I had no idea that this place was actually a colony for werewolves.
Colony? Of course.
Excuse me?
Nothing. I'm sorry I interrupted.
I wasn't feeling very well. I had taken a couple of sleeping pills and was waiting for Richard to come back from his walk. She wasn't there by accident. She wanted Richard. I knew he was hurt. He told me that she had attacked him, that she was a werewolf. But the next day, he changed his story. He said it was all in my mind. My imagination overreacting again. All he had was a scratch. That night, we had an argument. He wouldn't listen. He just got angry and left the house. I heard his screams. They were frightening. He was changing, and there was nothing I could do. I had to get away. I realized they would come after me, that I would never be free. So I returned to Drago. And pretended to hide in the bell tower. They came after me. And when they were inside, I locked the doors and set the place on fire. No one survived. Not even my husband.
So that's it. What should I do?
Marie, I want to show you something. Do you know this woman?
No. But this is the man. He worked on a tow truck. I thought I killed him, but... Hello? Hold on. It's an Inspector Kester for you.
Inspector? The police think they found this man.
What? He's here?
Joe Bob doesn't get nearly as much hate mail as people think he gets. I know because I'm Rusty, the Monstervision mail girl, and most of the letters I see are almost positive. I'm not counting the ones from TNT programming executives, because that's really not mail. Those are memos. Anyway, I do see your letters, and I do love every one of them. So come visit us at the Monstervision website at tnt.turner.com/Monstervision, or contact us the old-fashioned way at 1010 Techwood Drive, Atlanta, Georgia, 30318. You can even email us at monstervision@turner.com. Try to avoid phrases like lame, no-talent donkeys behind. You can't imagine how Joe Bob overreacts to those.
See Rusty deliver the Monstervision fan mail to Joe Bob Briggs every Saturday night on TNT. Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Howling 7, New Moon Rising on TNT.
Well, I was wondering when they would do a fart joke, weren't you? Because you can't even think about making a decent werewolf movie without a good fart joke. And, oh, also, can we have who's ever not working a camera come up here and do that deep in the heart of Texas thing with the zippers with me? Come on. Come on up here. You baby, well, at least sing with me, okay? Okay. The stars at night are big and bright. Start again. The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart. I can't do it. You got to be a professional actor working at Pioneer Town to know how to do that. I'm sorry. I have to show a clip anyway. I just want you guys to watch. I want you to watch this dramatic moment again. I want you to watch how long it takes Pappy to say his line here, okay? Roll this clip. Watch this.
Nothing? No tracks anywhere?
Nope.
You didn't see anything?
Nope, I didn't.
You went around the whole town?
All around. I look everywhere.
Harriet, he didn't see anything. How many more times you want him to tell you?
I just want to be sure.
Talk about your pregnant pause, huh? I think old Pappy really was having a few nips between the takes there. I wonder who was standing off screen waving their arms trying to get him to remember he had a line to say there. Oh, I should let you know that we do have an actual actress in the movie now, Romy Walthall as Marie. She was in Howling 4, known as Romy Windsor back then, and that was a flashback to the big money shot from Part 4, the one where the guy melts down to his bones and then he turns into a werewolf. Okay, back to Howling 7. Go. Howling 7, the only werewolf movie where the werewolf hunters say the line, "We're wasting valuable drinking time." How apropos.
Yeah.
Okay, I wrote this song about people my age.
that realize drug use is a waste of time. And you guys all know the words, so sing along. 1 and 2 and 3 and... Well, they don't make good drugs like they used to. Too much mannitol, too much manita, too much propane. Finding ground up coffee in my heroin each morning before I do my cocaine. And toothpaste, I'm sure, will take the place of the paste. There used to be good old methadone. I think I'll sit here with my prescription beer and never do drugs again. Oh, Sandoz and Osley were creators. Things that we'll never see again. And Acapulco gold, I heard, all been sold to a millionaire who lives like Huck Finn. And speed, I wish you'd never left me, 'cause my house will never be clean again. I think I'll sit here with my prescription beer and never do drugs again. Oh, I think I'll sit here with my prescription beer and never do drugs again.
Jack! Hey, that's a nice shirt.
You really like that, Ted?
Yeah. I even liked it when Jacqueline was wearing it. Jack? Jack!
Ivan, beat that being Joe Jones.
He's trying to convert the world.
The place is made up of dropouts and misfits. People trying to keep alive dreams that never had any hope of fulfillment. They live in a past that they have invented, justifying their wrongdoings, blaming society for all their ills. The dirt is everywhere. It's a regular landmine of drama and intrigue. They feel safe here, with shared conspiracies, hiding out with protected secrets.
I'm sorry. You weren't meant to hear this.
Are you going to hold him until the inspector comes from L.A.?
Something like that.
Think he's a killer?
That's what we're going to find out. Keep on stepping outside.
What?
Step outside. Now, you and I are going somewhere and have a little talk.
Hey, what's this about?
It's for me to know and you to find out. Get in there. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions, and you better hope I like the answers. Now, what about that fight you had last night?
Guy tried to kill me. That was all that happened.
And how come he ends up dead and your clothes are covered in blood?
Dead? What do you mean, dead?
Don't play dumb with me. Now, what about Brett Davis?
What about Brett Davis?
You had his ID card in your pocket.
Are you crazy? You think
think if I had something to hide, I'd still be around here?
You better wise up. What did you call me?
If you hit me one more time with that stick, I'm gonna take it and jam it up your ass so far your nose is gonna bleed.
Starting to think me bad.
Man, you want more of this? Okay.
Dead, boy. Dead. You hear me?
Hold it right there, police. Alpha Productions gave you the cash to write an expose on this town?
Right.
Why would they do that?
Because allegedly this town contains half of America's most wanted.
And this Brett Davis brought you the cash?
He was going to give me a check in LA. I said I wanted cash, so he brought it here.
How come you had his ID?
I didn't. It was planted.
Planted? Who planted it?
I don't know.
Good old second baseman?
Third. What's on second?
I've got 2, maybe 3 bodies with your name written all over them.
My name? Hey, wait a minute. It was an animal that killed that cop, and it was an animal that killed the night before.
An animal set you up?
Yes, it was Mountain Lion Man.
Whoever it was, they certainly had the power to change form.
That was a joke.
This is no joke.
A bullet? You think you're the Lone Ranger?
Inspector, could I see you outside for a second, please?
What did you tell everyone?
I suggested they go home and you would explain everything to them in the morning. As you might imagine, they're quite shaken.
What did you tell them about Ted?
Only that you were questioning him, nothing specific.
What is it with the bullet?
A werewolf can only be killed by fire or a silver bullet.
My mother told me I'd be punished if I spent my collection money on candy.
Tomorrow night, nothing can stop that beast in there from destroying this town.
Oh, yes, it can. A nice, safe jail.
No, Inspector. No man-made jail can stop it. Only death can do that.
You'll be locked in this room until morning. If you try to leave, you'll be shot.
You guys are really serious? I mean, you think I'm a killer?
The guards' rifles are loaded with silver bullets.
Don't you recognize my voice?
Mary Lou.
Do you know how often people rip off our Monstervision website? I'm proud of that. They want to share what they find there with the whole world, and that's what the web is all about. Of course, we get the TNT lawyers to hunt them down like dogs, but you don't know what you're missing if you haven't been to the site lately. Not just the weird beard mail, not just the Playmate stuff, not just the transcripts and the downloadable photos, but we're adding new stuff all the time. New stuff to steal, so we can sue their butts. Check it out at the TNT.turner.com/Monstervision. We don't really sue them. We get a couple of grease monkeys to rough them up a little bit.
Visit the Monstervision website at tnt.turner.com/Monstervision. Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Howling 7, New Moon Rising on TNT.
Oh, the horror, the horror. Have you ever seen people sitting around a campfire who sway in perfect unison to a song about using drugs? Well, now you have. And how about that blurry red lens, which signifies werewolf vision? It's becoming clearer and clearer why Clive Turner chose the people of Pioneer Town for his movie. What a talented bunch they are. And that cop looks like he's right off the force, doesn't he? They like him scruffy out in Barstow. You guys know where Barstow is? When you're driving from L.A. to Vegas, that's the town you stop in to gas up and use the facilities. And Pioneer Town is where the Barstow people go to get away from it all. Very happening place. Okay, thrilling conclusion to the immortal Howling 7. I hadn't been to Vegas in ages. Not since they made that old cheap part of it into a mall. And I always felt at home in the old cheap part of it, though. Some of us are old, some of us are cheap, most of us are old and cheap, and that's what Vegas is all about, isn't it?
It's almost dusk. It's pointless to wait any longer. We dare not put this whole town at risk.
John, doesn't it bother you? You're being a priest, that you could just, kill a man?
He's not a man, Inspector. He's a beast. The most dangerous instrument of Satan that ever existed.
Well, Ted's the best thing that Satan can dig up. We don't have a whole lot to worry about.
And just what are you inferring?
That Ted has got to be the dumbest son of a bitch and werewolf who ever existed.
That's why he's so clever.
Clever? Since when has shooting yourself in the foot been clever? Why, Watson wouldn't have even needed Holmes to work this one out.
We have irrefutable proof. Ted confessed he is the werewolf.
No, that's not right. The only thing he's confessed to is being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I wasn't hungry, but I didn't kill anyone. I was the one that was nearly killed. I was left for dead. Some villagers found me in the snow a couple of days later. Then I found out that everyone had died. Well, that was fine by me.
Drago? I've never heard of Drago, and that's the truth.
The truth, Inspector. Marie Adams told us the truth.
How do you know, John?
If you deign...
No. Why should you believe Marie Adams and not Ted? In the fantastic story department, Ted doesn't hold a candle to Marie Adams.
I know the truth when I hear it. Marie was God sent.
Well, we've hung it on everything else. We might as well have some divine intervention. So what happened this morning? What category does Marie falling off her balcony and breaking her neck fit in? Are you going to cop a plea that it was Satan's revenge? Or maybe God was just on a coffee break?
Sir, I never seek to second-guess the ways of the Almighty. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away.
Oh, that's neat. Well, he giveth, okay, but he sure loused us up on the taketh. John, when Marie went over the balcony, so did our case against Ted.
Must I remind you it was you who firmly established his guilt?
You work for Alpha Productions? Yeah. Prove it. I got a card. All right, John. Finish in the phone box. Alpha Productions has never heard of you. And your supposed agent, Brett Davis, he's a convicted felon.
Ted killed Brett Davis just as surely as he killed your police officer and the unfortunate parolee whom the townspeople buried. Would you care to know why?
Like it would make any difference.
Brett Davis was blackmailing Ted. He threatened to reveal Ted's true identity and demanded $20,000 in return for his silence. Ted handed over the money, then had second thoughts about Davis's reliability and decided the only way he could trust him was to kill him.
This whole kill Ted thing has been bothering me. And I figured out why.
Go on.
You want Ted dead. Not because you're afraid for the town, but because you're afraid for yourself. You don't want to accept the responsibility for what's happened.
That's ridiculous.
You received a report from the Vatican 4 years ago, and you ignored it.
Do you know how many times I investigate tales and rumors that are designed to discredit the church?
I thought it was doing a pretty good job of that all by itself.
I'm not going to listen to this.
Yes, you are.
For this all to make sense, the werewolf has to be in Pioneer Town. Now, you said before that a werewolf can take over another person's identity, and that's what I believe it's done. My bet is that one of the townspeople is the werewolf.
The body being discovered was a mistake, but the werewolf turned it to his advantage. All it had to do was play the aces up its sleeve. Ted was the first ace. He was allowed to escape from the castle without knowing the fate of the others. Marie Adams was the second ace. She was under the werewolf's mind control, and when he was finished with her, he killed her.
Inspector.
Hear me out. The last ace was you, John, a priest with a guilty soul. I'll bet he had fun when he got inside of your head.
That, sir, is a gross insult.
Truth hurts.
Ted was brought into Pioneer Town under the premise of digging up dirt. That's why he was paid the $20,000. But Catherine Little, who Ted never met but talked to, was Marie Adams. Ted never had a chance. He sold himself for the expose money. And then when he wanted out, there was no way. With Ted now in place, the werewolf used Marie Adams to convince you of something you desperately wanted to believe. That the woman we were after was the wrong person. The werewolf was subtle, John. It sicked you after Ted, and you didn't disappoint it. Marie's story was like a manna from heaven to you, because it let you off the hook.
And what about you, Inspector? How do you fit into the plot?
Oh, I wasn't an ace, John. Just a face card. An over-the-hill cop just hanging out for retirement.
You have presumed much, Inspector, but there are gaps that need to be filled. For instance, Yarrow.
I believe escape was the only way Ted thought he could prove that he wasn't the werewolf.
But you stopped him. Obviously, you were convinced.
No, at the time, John, I probably wanted him to be the werewolf as much as you did.
Then how do you explain Yarrow's death?
After Ted left the room, the werewolf came in and killed Yarrow.
For what reason?
To make it personal. Human nature's a funny thing, John.
Listen, someone in this town killed Yarrow. It wasn't me.
None of the other victims were directly involved in the town. But these couldn't take a chance where the town might get cold feet. They had to rile them up.
You know you're wasting time just shooting.
So, Inspector, how do you expect me to respond to these allegations, and may I say, your character assassination?
By helping me find the real werewolf.
You know I would, if I agreed with your conclusions.
I have something to tell you.
He jumped me. Then he ran away.
You stay here. I'll warn the town.
Ted, it's okay. You can come down now. There's no one here except me. Darn, my key. I must have dropped it.
What about the front door?
It's locked.
What do we...
Just break in the window. Shut the drapes. We don't want anyone to see you. Sit down, Ted.
How'd you know it wasn't me? You're taking a hell of a risk.
No, I didn't.
Well, no one else was convinced.
That's the way I planned it.
What do you mean?
You were perfect, Ted. I couldn't have made a better choice.
You're the werewolf.
Don't you recognize my voice? You've heard it before. In Budapest?
Mary Lou Summers.
Right. Good guess.
You set this up?
Everything. Brett Davis, Alpha Productions, Drago. I'll take all the credit.
You were Catherine Little?
No, that was Marie Adams. She was very convincing. She had that priest wrapped around her little finger. She could have told him anything, and he would have believed her.
Why'd you kill me in the room?
No, Ted, it was much more convincing if you turned into the werewolf. You broke into my house, and then you attacked me.
What happened to the real Cheryl?
It was a terrible thing. She died in the hospital, and she wasn't very happy about it. You've got about an hour, Ted. Though I must say, hiding in the attic was pretty dumb. You probably would have gotten away with it if you'd run into the desert. The priest has the whole town out there looking for you now.
What's going to happen in the town?
You really don't need to worry about that. Time's up, Ted.
Blank, Cheryl. We set you up. Just like you did to us.
We knew Ted had to die before the full moon. The real werewolf couldn't take a chance.
I thought it was you, but I couldn't be sure until you rescued Ted.
Anyone else would have yelled for help or shot him.
Well, aren't we smart? But do you think you can really kill me with that little gun, Inspector?
So much for this beautiful benefit. Thank all of our neighbors and our friends. And Ted, we're sorry. I was looking at Pappy with that tail on his hat, and I thought about a song that I wrote just for him and the cleaning lady. Oh, where are you?
ran a mile, so I'm pulling in your leash. And now you'll pay for those doggone ways and what you done to me. I'm gonna cut off the tail, tear up the nail, turn off the telephone. No more running the streets.
Step into the ring for 3 full hours of knockdown, drag-out action. Pump up with WCW Monday Nitro Live, Monday night at 8 on TNT. Now, taking down bad guys is tough, but winning the heart of a woman can be even tougher. Watch Tai Chi 2 on TNT's 100% Weird next.
I was a big bad wolf. Oh golly gosh, oh gee. How could you make such a big mistake with a handsome dog like me? Oh God!
Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Howling 7, New Moon Rising on TNT.
Is it over? Those people aren't going to sing another song, are they? But I mean, it was sweet and everything. A student film made by elderly drunk cowboys. You don't see that every day. The Howling 7, written, directed, edited by, and starring the great Australian hippie, Clive Turner. Okay, I want to remind you that next week we have the great low-budget Gremlins ripoff and its successor, Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2. So be sure you're around for that special Ghoulies night. That's it for me, Joe Bob Briggs, reminding you that the sight of a bald eagle has thrilled human beings for years. The sight of a bald man, however, does absolutely nothing for the eagle. Hey, do you guys know what a zebra is? No. 26 sizes larger than an A-bra. Oh. Joe Bob Briggs reminding you that the drive-in will never die. What do you get when you cross an elephant with a skin doctor? A pachydermatologist. What do you call 4 bullfighters in quicksand? Cuatro cinco. Why do walruses go to Tupperware parties?
Don't know.
To find a tight seal. How do you turn a fox into a cow? Marry her.